Official revealed today that the U.S. government is investigating more than 600 potential UFO sightings.
Of course, we're talking UFOs again.
On UFO sightings today, saying an additional 366 sightings.
A UFO whistleblower in the U.S.
Nice. Can you see with the camera? What is it? Is it like a cat with flashing eyes or something?
Not coming in clear enough.
Number 15. UFO over Mexico. Imagine this. You're sitting at a football game in Mexico, enjoying the match, when suddenly something totally crazy happens. Fans and players both look up, and guess what they see? A UFO, or maybe a super advanced drone, flying right into the stadium. And hold on, it gets even crazier. Some people claim it actually abducted an animal right from the field. The game stops. Everyone's frozen, eyes glued to the sky, just trying to make sense of what they're seeing. Then, people start capturing video, showing this weird, disc-like object just hovering over the stadium. And then, poof, it disappears into the night sky like nothing happened. But wait, this isn't the only strange thing going on that night. Turns out, all across Mexico, dozens of people reported seeing UFOs. Bright, erratic lights darting around, doing maneuvers no normal aircraft can pull off. Social media, it went wild, with everyone throwing out theories. Some said it was aliens, others thought maybe it was advanced drones or secret military tech. Whatever the truth is, this event has sparked a ton of curiosity. Are aliens actually visiting us? Or is it some next-level tech we don't know about yet? The secret's still out there, and it leaves us all asking, what's really going on up there in the sky? Stay tuned, because next may just bring even more jaw-dropping secrets like this one. Number 14. The UFO hovering behind a volcanic eruption. Imagine something absolutely wild happening across the universe. A glowing UFO suddenly appeared, floating gracefully above the dome of the rock. And it took place during 2020, a year already packed with chaos due to the pandemic. For scientists studying animals and UFOs, however, it turned into a year full of surprises. It happened in Mexico, when the Popocatépetl volcano erupted. Normally, eruptions are all about ash clouds and rivers of lava. But this time, oh no, it was way more than that. People living nearby saw something that made them grab their cameras fast. When the footage started popping up online, people noticed something unusual. Right there, in the middle of all that fire and chaos, a strange object showed up. At first, it was easy to miss, just a faint light moving across the background. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. It looked just like a UFO casually cruising across the landscape, and this got scientists buzzing with theories. Could it be that volcanoes somehow attract UFOs? Some experts think these strange crafts might use the massive energy from eruptions to power themselves. Crazy, right? But what's even crazier is the idea that aliens might have been hiding in volcanoes for centuries, staying out of sight until now. So, here's the big question. Are we about to uncover something groundbreaking? Could Earth's natural wonders, like volcanoes, be hiding secrets about life beyond our planet? This one UFO sighting during a volcanic eruption is making us rethink what we know about the universe, and it's giving us plenty to wonder about. Who knows what else is out there, just waiting to be discovered? Number 13. The Belgian UFO wave. It all kicked off in November 1989 when people started reporting a massive triangular object lighting up the sky. This wasn't your typical UFO sighting. Witnesses described it as a huge craft with a flat surface and bright lights underneath, hovering silently. As the reports kept flooding in through early 1990, especially peaking in late March, the secret only deepened. Imagine looking up and seeing a giant triangle lighting up the night sky. It's no wonder people were amazed and, let's be real, a little freaked out. The Belgian Air Force even got involved, sending 2 pilots to investigate, but they came back empty-handed. Whatever was out there, it didn't show up on their radar or in their sights. But here's where it gets even stranger. While the pilots didn't see anything, 143 other people did. They all reported seeing the same strange triangular craft. And then came the photo, one image that seemed to capture the UFO. A group called SOBEPS, which studied these sightings, made this photo a big deal, keeping the conversation alive for over 20 years. Of course, not everyone bought into the UFO hype. Writer Mark Hallett had a different take. He believed the whole thing was blown out of proportion by the media and groups like SOBEPS. According to him, the mix of exaggerated stories and unverified information led to a kind of mass delusion. So, what do you think? Was the Belgian UFO wave an actual encounter with something otherworldly? Or was it just a case of people seeing what they wanted to see, fueled by media frenzy? Whatever the truth is, the events in Belgium remain a fascinating secret that challenges how we think about the unexplained. Could it have been real, or was it all just a trick of the mind? The question still lingers. Number 12. The Fresno Nightcrawler. Now talk about one of the strangest secrets out there. The Fresno Nightcrawler. This bizarre phenomenon popped up back in 2010 and has been puzzling people ever since. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, the Nightcrawlers have a way of leaving everyone with more questions than answers. What are they? Aliens? Cryptids? Spirits? Or just some super clever hoax? Nobody really knows. It all started with a guy named Jose who lived in Fresno, California. One night, something creepy happened. His surveillance cameras caught 2 strange figures gliding through his yard. And when I say strange, I mean really strange. These things didn't have arms, didn't have heads, just long, thin legs and what looked like tiny upper bodies. They didn't walk like people. It was more like they floated. And Jose's reaction? A panicked, "Oh my God." That moment really captured the shock of seeing something so unexplainable. Here's what makes the Fresno Nightcrawlers so fascinating. They're ridiculously simple in how they look. Imagine walking pants. Yes, pants. That's basically what they resemble. No fancy features, no glowing eyes, just long legs and minimal upper body. And that simplicity, it's what makes them so creepy. It's almost like they challenge what we think life from another world might look like. Could aliens really be that simple? Or is there some deeper symbolic meaning to their appearance? After Jose's footage went viral, reports started rolling in from other places. There was even a sighting at Yosemite National Park, where similar creatures were allegedly caught on camera. These sightings turned the Fresno Nightcrawlers into a full-on secret. Number 11. The Rendlesham Forest UFO Incident. Rendlesham Forest UFO Incident is once a game-changer in the UFO world. It took place in 1980, and it's considered one of the most famous UFO encounters ever. If you're into UFOs, this one's a must-know. The incident happened near RAF Woodbridge, a U.S. Air Force base in the UK. What makes this sighting even more interesting is that it involved not just regular civilians, but military personnel, which gives it a level of credibility you don't usually see in UFO reports. It all went down in the early hours of December 26th. A security team was on patrol when they noticed some strange lights dropping into Rendlesham Forest. Curious, they went to check it out. And guess what they found? A metallic object glowing with colored lights, almost like it was watching them. They decided to get closer, but as they did, the object started moving through the trees and then, poof, it disappeared. They called the police, but when they showed up, there was nothing to find. They chalked it up to a lighthouse in the distance, causing the lights. But the next morning, the servicemen came back and found something really strange. Triangular marks on the ground, burn spots, and broken branches. It was clear something unusual had been there. Number 10. Houston's UFO sighting. Back in August 2014, social media went wild when photos surfaced of a strange UFO hovering over Houston, Texas. People were snapping pictures from all sorts of angles, and in every shot, there were these bright, circular lights that looked a lot like Saturn. Now, some experts, including Fletcher Gray from the Mutual UFO Network, suggested it could just be a reflection from nearby highway lights. Add in the stormy weather in Houston that night, and it might explain the weird light show. Number 9. North Carolina's Critter. In 2019, North Carolina's Candid Critter Project shared a puzzling image from a trail camera, challenging viewers to identify the creature. Accompanying the image was an eerie warning: don't look into its eyes. The photo showed an unfamiliar figure that sparked speculation and debate. While some suggested it might be an owl, the group remained unconvinced, fueling intrigue. The secret deepened as discussions unfolded online. Was this an ordinary creature, or did it hint at something unexplained in North Carolina's wilds? Number 8. USS Theodore Roosevelt. UFO incidents. Between 2014 and 2015, the USS Theodore Roosevelt experienced repeated UFO encounters along the U.S. East Coast. Fighter pilots reported strange objects appearing on radar and in visual sightings. One incident saw a UFO nearly collide with 2 jets, prompting an urgent safety report. Initially dismissed as fabrications, these sightings gained credibility when video evidence emerged. What were these objects doing near a military carrier? Could they have been conducting their own surveillance or training? The secret persists, challenging our understanding of what exists beyond Earth. The solution to this fascinating secret might forever remain beyond our grasp, leaving space for speculation and wonder about the true essence of these unidentified flying phenomena. What hidden truths might the skies conceal, and will we ever decode the puzzle of these extraordinary encounters? Number 7. The Koras UFO footage. This time, let me take you back to 2007 for an incredible story that's been buzzing ever since. It all started with a Turkish night watchman named Yalin Yanan, who was on duty at Istanbul's holiday village. What seemed like just another normal night quickly turned into something unforgettable. Yanan was keeping an eye on the skies when he noticed something strange, something that didn't quite belong. Intrigued, he grabbed his camera and began recording. Little did he know, this simple decision would lead to years of secrecy, as he captured multiple UFO sightings. The object he kept filming looked like something straight out of War of the Worlds, a spacecraft with a design unlike anything we're used to seeing. And what's even more mind-blowing, people thought they saw 2 alien figures peeking out from what looked like a window or a door on the craft. Number 6. The Dendera Light. In ancient Egypt, there's a carving that's been causing a lot of buzz for years: the Dendera Light. This strange image, found on the wall of the Hathor Temple at Dendera, shows what looks like a bulb-shaped object rising from a sacred jed pillar. And here's where it gets interesting. Some people, especially those with some pretty ideas, think this could actually be an ancient version of an electric light. But most experts, they say it's probably something way less techy. So, where's this carving exactly? It's inside the Hathor Temple, located along the Nile River, south of Cairo. This temple dates back to the 1st century BCE, built during the Ptolemaic period. In the carving, you can see figures pointing up toward the jed pillar, and at the top, there's this bulb-like shape. Underneath, there's an arc that looks like it's curving over a lotus flower design. And this is where some people get really excited, because they say it looks like a wire running from the pillar, possibly powering that lamp. Number 5. The Redgate Alien. Imagine you're in the expansive, wild beauty of Montana, particularly in the strange Redgate area. It's 2021, and something truly bizarre takes place. It all begins with an unassuming trail camera, the kind you'd typically set up to catch shots of deer or other wildlife. But what this camera snapped? Well, it wasn't anything you'd expect. and it's something that had everyone talking, trying to make sense of it. The photo showed an eerie figure, seemingly naked, and it didn't take long before it caught national attention. Scientists got involved, trying to make sense of the image, and the Redgate area, already known for its secrets, suddenly became a hotspot for UFO and alien enthusiasts. In fact, Montana has been ranked as one of the top states for UFO sightings per capita, with locals regularly reporting strange phenomena that just can't be explained. One resident, Donald Bramley from Deer Lodge, added to the secret by sharing his own strange photograph. He mentioned how odd occurrences in the area had become a regular thing. Now, when you first look at the photo, the figure seems like just a person walking by the camera. But if you take a closer look, something's off. The proportions of the figure don't seem entirely human. Number 4. The Purple Flying Object. Flashback to February 2015. The crew is filming a live episode of the Peruvian talk show Crime Stoppers, just another day on set. But then, something completely out of the blue happens. As they're rolling, they spot a glowing purple object floating in the sky. Now, imagine the scene. They stop everything, completely transfixed by this unusual sight. It wasn't a kite. It wasn't a hot air balloon. Nothing they had ever seen before. The object was so bizarre, they couldn't really figure out what it was. All they could do was start recording, hoping to capture whatever this strange phenomenon was. This leaves us with one big question. What's really out there in the vastness of space? Could this purple object be something beyond our understanding, or is it something that's just too hard to explain? This strange encounter pushes us to rethink what we know about the world around us. Number 3. New Mexico UFO. In October 1957, a decade after the Roswell incident, New Mexico witnessed another compelling UFO sighting. Ella Louise Fortune, a local nurse, captured an image of a glowing disc while driving along Highway 54 near the Holloman Air Development Center. The object lingered in the sky for about 15 minutes, sparking both intrigue and skepticism. Some suggested it was related to Air Force activities, given the nearby base. However, even after analysis by the Aerial Phenomena Research Organization, the secret remained unsolved, leaving Ella's photograph as a lasting enigma. Number 2. The Glasgow Glower. In 2021, 2 separate UFO sightings in Glasgow created a shared secret. A student captured a glowing object in the night sky, while a local woman photographed a dark, humanoid figure during the day. The differences in form and behavior between the sightings left observers puzzled. Yet, their geographic and temporal proximity suggested a connection, leaving the secret of the Glasgow Glower unresolved. Number 1. OHare International Airport UFO sighting, 2006. On November 7, 2006, around 4 p.m., when something strange happened at OHare International Airport. Right above Gate C-17, a UFO appeared, and it wasn't just any sighting. 12 United Airlines employees and a few others witnessed it. The object looked like a shallow, dish-shaped craft, hovering in place for about 5 minutes before suddenly disappearing. Now, here's the twist. There was no radar detection of the object, which raised even more questions. Despite this, both United Airlines and the Federal Aviation Administration quickly brushed it off as just an atmospheric phenomenon. But UFO theorists? They weren't buying it. They've held on to the belief that this sighting is proof of extraterrestrial life. So, what do you think? Was it just a weird weather event? Or could this be another piece of the puzzle in the search for proof of aliens?